All right, good morning, man. What is it today? Wednesday, December 23rd. You are now rocking with the best. This is the best of seven sports talk. Seven Mitchell in the building, man. Salute to everybody out there in the sports world. Y'all already know the vibes. It's the day after the NBA season opener. You know, we got to bust this thing down, give our reactions to some of these games that happened last night, some of the storylines that's coming out of the NBA. So disrespectful early on. I got my brother, my guy from out in Canada. Is you in Toronto, Mumbles?
Toronto.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm in Toronto.
Out in Toronto, man, in the six. I got my guy, Mr. Mumbles, joining me here on the best of seven. Big salute to him. Mumbles, what's popping, bro?
Yo, what up? It's Mr. Mumbles. How y'all doing? Yeah.
Already know.
So, yeah, I'm good.
Oh, man. We got a couple things to talk about, man. Mainly, last night's game, the Lakers and the Clippers, as well as KD's return to the NBA going up against his old team, the Golden State Warriors. So salute to everybody. Make sure you guys kick back, relax. If you guys want to call up, the lines are open 929-436-2866. Let's kick things off, Mumbles. Let's talk about the Clippers spoiling ring night for the LA Lakers. Did you get a chance to watch the Clippers Lakers game last night at all?
Not the whole game, but of course, watched the highlights and everything, and been reading up on, everything that happened and every stuff. Like, it seemed like it, it the score kind of looked close, but at the end of it, like, it was like you'd almost think that the Clippers were really that much better of a team. Like the Lakers didn't just beat them. Like it's
A couple things I saw yesterday from this game. First of all, the Clippers have proved to me that they are not a team that can close the door or seal a deal in a big game.
mm,
That's why they lost in the playoffs against Denver, blowing all those leads. And they were wiping the floor with the Lakers in the first half last night. Like, I honestly thought it was over in the first half. They was up by like 20. Next thing you
yeah. The
know,
first.
the Lakers came back.
Uh, so what do you think? Is it like they don't have shut down defense, or they just always take their feet off the gas when they're too far ahead?
I think that, you know what I mean? Defensively, when we're talking about talent with the Clippers individually, they got it. They on point with the talent. But it's like those guys, the key pieces, Paul George, it's like, and Paul George had a great night last night. I'm not gonna lie. I think he had 33. But
Yeah.
in clutch moments, Mumbles, to me, these guys are not consistent. And that's the thing
Mm,
that always have them folding at the end. Like, you know what I mean? The way they played, especially with the Lakers with this ring ceremony, that happening, and then they got the family involved with the camera. I was expecting the Lakers to come out a little lackluster, but they beat the Clippers in their little preseason games last week, even though they don't count. But the Lakers look
mm,
pretty good. They just did not look well at all. Marc Gasol, I'm gonna say this now because I'm a Lakers fan. Marc
yeah.
Gasol being added to the Lakers Mumbles will be the biggest mistake that the Lakers have done this year. That may determine them not repeating because he didn't score not a point last night. And I'm looking at what Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee brought to us last year to help us get the chip. We can't do this with no Marc Gasol. I'm sorry. I see it already after game one.
Hey, remember, I'm from Toronto. I know all about Mark Gasol.
You had him. You had him with the ring, and he really, that's a fact, Mumbles. I
And
forgot about that.
we can beat him then because he was not doing it for us.
Unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
But
But the
LeBron
thing
didn't play that
is,
well. LeBron didn't play that well. I think he was 25, 5 and 5. He shot 17, 7 for 17 from the floor.
mm,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not horrible, but when you're LeBron, that's the only thing about being a superstar. Because like when you're LeBron, that's not a good game.
Right. And any other player, you getting 25, 5 and 5 against a defensive team like the Clippers, you should be able to pat yourself on the back. You're right about that. LeBron could go in there giving up 25, 6 and 7 or 25, 8 and 8, and people look at him like you're off. You're right. That's crazy.
Yeah, he'd have to at least get like LeBron needs at least a double double for people to think that he played. You know, you gotta
Damn
on
near almost
something,
a
but
triple double, it seemed like. But I don't want to take away nothing from the Clippers. It's the same story from last year. You remember they did the season opener last year and they got up on the
yeah,
Lakers early. Paul George, though, he scored 26 of his 33 points last night in the second half. He did his thing. Kawhi Leonard added 26 points last night as the Clippers was able to hold off the Lakers, even though the Lakers made that comeback. You know, I'm not surprised that the Lakers lost game one. It's only one game. But like I said,
yeah.
some certain things though, bro, just kind of make me foresee in the future it being a problem. And Marc Gasol, I'm seeing already is going to be one of them.
Uh, so that's the thing because I thought you can't really count on the Clippers because I thought the Clippers were going to win it last year. I was like they got it. You know, I thought they were better than the Lakers. You know, I thought they had better leadership, and when it counted, they just couldn't pull it through.
They could not pull it through at all. GX, what's popping? Salute to everybody in the chat, man. We chopping it up, talking about last night's action between the Lakers and the Clippers. When we talk about the additions of the teams, like Ibaka to the Clippers and Dennis Schroeder to the Lakers, and these guys, Wesley Matthews, none of these guys
Yeah.
for their new teams really didn't do that great. You know, Montrezl Harrell, even though he's played in this building for years, he looked like a stranger out there on the court. Like you could tell he was nervous. I wasn't really happy with his performance, to be honest.
Well, Ibaka didn't do bad.
No, but I just feel like, you know, if you play for the Clippers last year and you decide to go across the hall to play for the Lakers because it's an issue, you know, I feel
Yeah.
like you're going to come out, even if the ball don't go in the basket, you can't really fix that. But I would have liked to see more intensity, more grit from Montrez last night. I didn't see that. Like he just looked real nervous, like a deer in headlights.
Well, one of the things is like it's a lot less time than normal seasons, right? Like,
Right.
so it's I think like this is gonna be like one of those overall like one of those seasons where like we're not gonna really know what's going on until like mid-season or at least a good couple of months in because you know people are got to learn how to gel again and thing and it's the second half. I think the second half of the season is going to be a lot more important than the first, as long as you don't get too far behind.
Got you.
You know, especially with the Lakers, LeBron seems to do that. Like you know,
Right.
so they'll put it on when you least expect it and just kill teams.
I'm just, you know, I'm not really upset at what I seen from my Lakers last night, but you know, there
Not
definitely
happy.
has to be some changes made because, you know, that Marc Gasol thing that really scares me. You know what I mean? That really does because I honestly feel like without Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee, that the depth that we had last year and that big man presence, even though it wasn't used all the time, if it wasn't
Yeah.
for them, that was a real key piece in us winning that championship. And Marc Gasol going out, scoring nothing. Montrez acting like he's just a rookie in the NBA. Like that's too much. That's too much more pressure you're putting on AD and LeBron to be.
Yeah, to do everything.
It's crazy.
Well, them with Gasol is Gasol the big man that has some very good passing capabilities. So if they'll be able to use him in some nice give and go type scenarios. his court vision is really good and stuff.
That's true. That's true. Were you upset that y'all lost Serge Ibaka as well?
I'm not upset about this all. I am upset that we lost Ibaka.
Okay.
You know, like I found he gave us a little bit of he gave us a little bit of grit and toughness that like that's always been a weakness to the Raptors and stuff like that. Like we have talent, but I swear, like the guy that they come here and they get soft. Like
Y'all still look good though. I really got a lot of respect for Toronto Raptors. Like, when LeBron was in Cleveland, there was just no shot for the Raptors. But I respect the fact that those guys won the chip, Kawhi left, and they still, played their heart out last year. I got a lot of respect for that franchise.
yeah, man.
Smoke King in the building. Salute to everybody that's in the live chat. You guys want to call up, give me your thoughts about the game last night between the Lakers and the Clippers. The phone lines are open, 929-436-2866. 7 Mitchell, Mr. Mumbles is in the building. This is the best of 7 Sports Talk. Chopping it up, just talking about a little bit of NBA action. So when we go into projections, I know it's early, Mumbles, but let's talk about predicting who may win the MVP this year, who may go to the finals, who you think may be a rookie of the year possibility. Like, who do you project probably being this year's MVP?
Honestly, this year's MVP, I think it's KD. I think he's gonna come and like he's rested, he's sitting, and I think he's gonna downplay that he has something to prove, but I think he's got something to prove to remind people, who he is. I think he's going to kill. And there's not a lot of people that can guard him.
KD played pretty well last night in his return to the NBA, playing, going up against the Warriors. Now, his numbers was similar to LeBron's numbers. I think KD was like 20. He went 25, 5 and 7. He didn't shoot that real efficient, but he looked really good, coming off of the injury. But I don't want to hear the narrative today about LeBron played so bad and KD looked so great, and they basically put up the same stat sheet. Like, we ain't gonna do that today.
Yeah, like I wouldn't say LeBron. I wouldn't say LeBron played bad. He didn't play up enough to
his standards, his expectation, right?
Yeah.
But Brooklyn, the Nets, the Warriors last night, man. Kyrie led the way as the Brooklyn Nets, man. They dominated the Warriors from start to finish, man. That was terrible. That was ugly.
Like, it's a lot. What's his name is out for the
Clay.
And stuff, and what's he called? Curry just came. He just came back and stuff, so he might not be on point to where he's going to be. So I hope and expect some improvement from his numbers.
It's over, Mumbles. It's over for the Warriors. That moment for Golden State, it's a wrap. I've been explaining this to some of my guys in the offseason. They're sitting there trying to tell me how relevant Golden State was going to be because Steph was back, Clay was back, they got Andrew Wiggins, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. I'm not trying to hear it. Clay is now gone. Draymond is a shell of himself. Steph Curry is not the type of guy that's going to be able to carry a team deep into a playoff run, especially deep into the playoffs. Without KD, this thing will not happen. They need Giannis. And now that Giannis has signed the extension in Milwaukee, it's over for Golden State as far as that golden age. That's a done deal.
Yeah. Like, they needed at least, at least Clay back, at least have your original things back to have a chance. Like, they don't have the team, the manpower that to expect to be able to do it. Like, you know.
And then how attractive is that going to be for other free agents that's going to want to come to Golden State and play? Like, who's going to want to go play there unless it's all about the money?
Mm-hmm.
Because you got Portland getting better, you got Denver getting better, you got both teams in LA, you got Utah, Phoenix is getting better. Like there's a lot of teams in the West, that's holding it down. You know what I'm saying? So I think that moment for Golden State is over. Steph is still going to be Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? When Clay comes back, they'll still be a playoff team once they're able to gel, get it together, and remain healthy. But as far as
Yeah.
getting like to the finals and all that, no way. That's a wrap. As long as Kawhi and Paul George is in LA and LeBron and AD is in LA, it's over for Golden State.
Uh, I don't even think that they're like top three. It's not even like those are the only two that they have to worry about. Like, I think Golden State now is just like a regular team in the West.
That's a fact.
You know,
That's a fact.
like
I don't know what the Rockets are going to do, but just right now on paper, they got Harden, they got Boogie Cousins, they got John Wall. The Houston Rockets are not to be played with.
mm-hmm.
So I
What
don't
happened
know.
to Wiggins? Supposed to be better.
Andrew Wiggins,
Yeah, man.
I don't know, man. Like he coming out of Cleveland, LeBron did. I think that set the tone when LeBron really didn't want to play with him. You know what I mean? That kind of set a weird tone. And then he went to Minnesota, and Jimmy Butler, publicly talking about him and the cat as far as their work ethic. So Andrew Wiggins just always had an issue. His back has always been against the wall. He's a good player, but
Yeah,
overrated to me. Kyrie had 26 last night, 10 for 16. Steph had 20
yeah.
Steph had 20 points last night, 7 for 21. He also had 10 assists, played 30 minutes last night. Like you can see, we can definitely expect Steph to play high minutes all year, but it's really
Oh
not
yeah,
going to matter.
yeah. Like he would have to. He literally to even make it possible for his team to be looked at as one of the competitors, he would have to be MVP Steph. Like
Absolutely.
some incredible numbers.
Brick Street
And it's
Sprite
not.
is in the building. He say that the Warriors dynasty is through. They're in the middle of the pack now. That's a fact. And that's
Yeah,
just in the
man.
West. That's just in the West. Like we got to put respect on the East as far as, Miami, Philly, Milwaukee, Boston. Like those guys are, people say the Eastern Conference is the weakest out of the two conferences, but those guys will definitely make you fight.
Exactly. And Brooklyn right now, like if Brooklyn can play up to the level, like if the players can play up to their top level,
Right.
they're like they're gonna be disgusting. Like they're like I don't as a Raptor fan, I don't even want us to play them. Like, like
But let me ask you this though, Mumbles. Do they like listen and given they're going to remain healthy, given that Kyrie remain healthy, given that KD remains healthy, DeAndre Jordan, what have you, with a new coach like Steve Nash who has no coaching experience, does that team with that type of talent, do they really need a coach with experience? Like, could they still do something big time with a first year coach like Steve Nash? Are they that type of squad?
um yes, it because he seems to like because he's a player as well. Even though he's a first year coach, he can relate to them in a certain way, and he's a winner as well. So you have to at least respect you know his gangster. Like he's a winner. He's won so. So
Right.
it all depends on with his coaching, thing, as long as he makes the right decisions, like, like he doesn't make, if you can do some bad matchups, keep somebody on or take somebody off at the wrong time, do
Right.
whatever. As long as he doesn't make too many bad coaching
Decisions.
decisions,
He'll be good to go. They'll be able to carry
yeah,
him. Okay. And plus, you got to think about it too. And you made a great point, Mr. Mumbles. Not only did Steve Nash, was a great player, he played the point guard position. The point guard basically is a floor general, an extension of the head coach. So
yeah,
his vision
yeah.
is different from a lot of players anyway. So, I think it will definitely work. They just gonna have to stay, they're gonna have to stay healthy. And we can't see these little selfish things like how Kyrie get his little moments. But
Yeah. But I don't know, because the way Durant was talking about he doesn't need to prove, because I think in the interview he said he doesn't need to prove that he's like a top three player or anything. That's not his goal.
right.
Um, I think like I don't think Durant's going to try to fight. Like Durant's not going to try to fight Kyrie on whose team it is. As long as I'm hoping that Durant have that mentality of, what, as long as we win, it can be anybody's team.
But
Like
but
he's
but
just
but
gonna.
but KD, this is interesting that you brought that up, Mumbles, because KD tried that twice. KD tried that twice. The first time it didn't work. Because mind you, he didn't defer to Russell Westbrook in OKC. He was willing to defer to Russell Westbrook, but Russell was doing too much. Russell wouldn't
Yeah,
defer back, and it didn't work. Now, when he went to Golden State, he didn't go into Golden State feeling like I need to be the MVP or the man. He was willing to defer to Steph and them, and it worked in Golden State. So,
yeah.
how long do you think that that's going to work if KD say, "Okay, Kyrie, I'm not really pressed to be the number one. This is can be 1A, 1B thing." But if they're not winning the actual championship, how long do you think that type of relationship going to last?
Uh, like if they it's not gonna last if they don't win. Like I think Durant will not push and not fight as long like how this game was. As long as they're winning, he'll go with the flow. I think if all of a sudden they start going on a losing streak or whatever,
Mhm.
I think he might try to take back over and be like, okay, let's do it a different way.
Before we get off of the
That's
topic of the Brooklyn Nets, what do you think if they don't win the championship, Mumbles, this year? What's the highest level that they could go in your opinion that you would still feel like they had a successful season? Do they have to at least make the finals?
I think they have to at least make the Eastern Conference Finals.
At least make the Eastern Conference Finals.
At least if there's the Eastern Conference Finals and they lose like Game 6 or Game 7, and it's close, maybe that's the lowest.
Okay.
But
Okay.
anything lower, because anything lower than that is a fail for them. They're too talented to. You can't go out the first round. You cannot.
Got you.
So
Let's take some calls real quick. I think we got the shooter in the building. Shooter, what's popping, bro? You got to unmute yourself. Yes, sir. What's popping, shooter?
What's the word? What's the word?
Oh, you already know the vibes, man. You see them games last night?
Yeah, I seen it.
Man, what's your thoughts, man, on our KD return, to the team and facing Golden State? Because they washed the Warriors to me.
See, this is what people don't know. Like Brooklyn is going to have a problem with. They have no big men. And this is Kevin Durant's first time in his career being a leader of a team.
Yeah, because Kyrie ain't that. Kyrie is not that. Kyrie is not that. We're not going to play that game. Kyrie ain't no leader.
And they have no veteran leadership on that team. All people have to do is seal the three-point line, and Brooklyn is going to end up losing.
You think these guys can even stay healthy this year?
Yeah. Because they play that 7 seconds or less offense, and that offense is just catch and shoot.
Right. And KD doesn't really I'm not saying he's not athletic, but his skill set ain't really based off of athleticism.
No.
He's basically a skilled shooter, so he don't have to do too much. His body don't have to take that much wear and tear.
Right. And his wingspan is so high, he can just shoot over anybody. So there's no need for him to do all that.
In order for them to win a championship, they have to get a big man and they have to get a veteran leader.
You're not
they
sold
have
on
no
DeAndre
voice in
Jordan?
that locker room.
You're not sold on DeAndre Jordan?
He's dirt.
Wow. He looked pretty decent. Well, I don't know what was up. Golden State just didn't have a chance. I don't really want to measure how good Brooklyn is in comparison to what I saw last night, because Golden State just was terrible. Like, they don't have a chance.
When they play Miami and they play Milwaukee, that's where we're going to see how good Brooklyn is.
Okay. Now, I asked Mr. Mumbles right before you got on, when it comes to Brooklyn, like, if they are healthy this year and if they don't win the championship, what's the next step that they could do for you to feel like they had a successful year this year if they don't win the championship? Mumble said they got to at least go to the Eastern Conference Finals, Game 6 or Game 7, and if they lose, it's still got to be a close series.
Yeah, for me, they got to go to I feel like they're going to go to the finals, but they have to get to the finals or at least get close to getting out of the East. They got to at least go to the Eastern Conference Finals and go to like Game 6. They got to. Or go to the finals and just lose in 6 games. One of the two.
So, fellas, we're setting the tone right now here on the Best of 7. The Brooklyn Nets in their first year together, Kyrie, Steve Nash, KD. If they do not make the Eastern Conference Finals at least, it's an automatic failure off the top, even in the first year. That's what we're saying.
Automatic. Because Kevin Durant don't need time. He's one of the best scorers we have in the league. He don't need time to gel. He just got to go out there and beat Kevin Durant.
Word. What about LeBron and AD, the Clippers and the Lakers, man? You see the Clippers spoiled ring night for the Lakers. What was your thoughts on that if you saw that game?
We're not about to talk about this tainted championship LeBron James got to pad his legacy. We're not going to do it. We're not going to do it.
What? The hardest championship ever, man. The hardest ring to win ever. Stop it.
First off, we're not even going to talk about how when the bubble was about to get canceled, the Clippers and Lakers were two of the teams that said, we don't even want to play no more.
That's true.
Teams didn't even want to play no more. So, of course, he was going to win that ring.
Wait a minute. Hold up. There was other teams that played, and them guys got disciplined. You got Lou Williams going to the strip club. You got the guy from Houston having the chick in his room. Guys wasn't focused. Guys wasn't disciplined. Guys did not show that championship pedigree. LeBron knew what
because nobody wanted to be there.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but you're there and you're stuck in the bubble. So why not win it?
Because that championship meant nothing. They shouldn't even been out there playing.
Oh, that is ridiculous. Mumbles, what you think about that? Do we put an asterisk on the Lakers championship?
Well, I do, because everybody tries to put an asterisk on the Toronto Raptors championship. So,
oh, really? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. How do people disrespect Toronto's championship?
Oh, that doesn't count. You only won because so and so was injured and things like that. No, we're trying to downplay Toronto.
So wait
Toronto
a minute.
ring. Wait. Toronto ring was the same thing as Detroit Pistons ring. That's not no asterisk. That was just the right team winning at the right time.
People get injured. That's like it's because people hate on because we're not from this state, so they got to try to knock it down. But I don't
But you are. But Mumbles, you are. Well, wait a minute. Maybe you're not. Maybe you need to be drug tested. You are clear that if KD and Clay was healthy in that series, y'all wouldn't have won.
You can't say that.
Oh
remember,
my God!
You cannot say that. Remember when? Wait. Remember when the Spurs was playing the Warriors and Kawhi was whooping their ass and Zaza stepped on his ankle, bro?
Yes. That's true. And that was if I'm not mistaken, they had KD. The Warriors had KD, right?
Mm-hmm. That was his first year with the team.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
I might be wrong though.
Here's what here's what I will say. We don't know what will happen in the thing, but the Warriors were not able to beat the Raptors at all that season. Raptors had their number the whole season.
Killer Chef is in the building. Salute Killer Chef. He said Toronto has no asterisks on that championship. He respects the championship. I got a big problem with y'all putting an asterisk on this Lakers chip unless you're telling me that was the hardest championship to win.
Anybody who won the championship last year, it would have been an asterisk on it. If the Clippers won, it was an asterisk. It don't matter who won last year.
I respect you saying that much because a lot of other people don't even go there. They only doing it because I feel like they're only doing it because LeBron won. So I respect you, Shooter, for keeping it a buck. But that is ridiculous. That is ridiculous for you to say that. Why? Same amount of games. There was no traveling, so it was all about basketball. There was no fans, so you could stay focused. We got some good basketball play in the bubble.
Nah, we know they was not supposed to be playing, bro. They forced that so the NBA wouldn't lose money and keep their sponsors. They should have never been playing in that bubble, bro.
So you think they should have never restarted the season?
They should have never restarted the season, and if they really had a plan, just start this one early. Like, bro, everybody worried about their families and all that. We fighting the government because we know the government did that, but that's a story for another day. But fighting the whole pandemic. Ain't nobody care about no basketball. Nobody want to see LeBron buy another championship because he buys all his championships. Let's say that.
Oh, my God. We're kicking off the new season already, man. Lord have mercy. Jesus Christ. We're not going to disrespect the king, man. 4-time champion.
Okay, so we're not going to talk about how dang near everybody on his team is represented by the same agent, and that agent is his best friend? Okay, they cheating.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. He talking today, Mumbles.
LeBron just,
I don't know why they want to hate on Rich Paul. I don't get it. Why hate on Rich Paul?
Because Rich Paul is really LeBron. LeBron is really pulling strings to get certain people traded. That's why they are represented by Rich Paul. Are we not going to talk about how these are still, it ain't like these are not opportunities that are changing these players' lives. These are the best opportunities for these guys financially for their livelihood. So it ain't like LeBron and Rich Paul and them is jerking these guys out of money and deals. Oh, wait. So we didn't hear what happened to the Morris brother last year.
I heard about that crybaby. And I think who left this year? Someone left Rich Paul just like a week ago, like a couple days ago.
Mitchell Robinson from the Knicks because he felt the same way that Morris felt.
It was Mitchell Robinson. I thought it was someone that was a little more popular than that. I forgot.
A lot of people are leaving him because they said he hides certain contracts from certain teams and he acts like they never offered you a deal. What is that? That's tampering. That's cheating. And that's how LeBron gets his rings.
Wow. Wow. Mumbles, what you think about that? Because he taking me there now. He taking me there.
Honestly, because I really didn't even know about like how deep the agent thing went. So it could be because, in all honesty, if you have LeBron as your agent, as long as you keep him happy, regardless of what happens to the rest of, as long as you keep him happy, you're good for a while.
Forever in a day. You're good for forever in a day as long as if you got LeBron James happy, man. Straight up and down.
You can sacrifice everybody else. So obviously, which is the problem when you have, an agent that's got a couple of people. LeBron's going to take precedent. What's best for LeBron is going to be the first thing on his mind.
Right.
And then fix everybody else in. So if LeBron's like, yo, that player that you're managing, I need to, I'm pretty sure he'll do whatever he can to get the guy there,
I respect that. Before we get out of here on the best of 7, man, I want to talk about one more thing. Mr. Mumbles and I had kind of got into it a little bit. I want to talk and kind of give projections about who's going to win some of these awards next year or this year in the NBA. If you guys are on Facebook, make sure y'all join the Best of Seven Sports Talk debate group on Facebook. We be chopping it up, talking a little bit of sports in there. Shooter, I'm looking at your list of people who you got for MVP, Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, who you think will make it to finals, and the Coach of the Year. A lot of y'all are saying in this comments that Luka is going to be the MVP this year. Why Luka over everybody?
Luka Doncic?
Yeah, because the way first off, the way he's translating to the American game, he got it, because he's been playing since he's 15, so he's already a veteran, even though he's not even like 25. He's mad young. And he should have actually been in more consideration last year, because his impact, you take him off the Mavericks are not even a playoff team. They in the lottery. And most valuable players, who's the most valuable to their team? It got to go to him. His skill set, what he does on the court, how he helps the team. It's about time they give it to him. Stop giving it to the Greek freak so y'all can make him the next LeBron, because it's not working.
Yeah, I'm tired of that. That is what I'm tired of. It's like they already preset giving Giannis the MVP, but it seemed like they doing that to Luka as well. How does Luka deserve MVP conversations in the West when we got LeBron and AD there? I don't see that, man. I don't.
Okay, look. You take off LeBron from the Lakers right now, right? That Lakers team is a playoff team. You take Luka off the Mavericks right now, they're like 15th in the West.
No way. With Porzingis, a healthy Porzingis, no way. They still a playoff team, I believe.
First off, we're not going to talk about that trader who left the Knicks because he's a coward. He can't deal with New York.
Let's go. I forgot Shooter don't play with them Knicks. Oh, my God. We don't want the war so many years here on the Best of Seven Mumbles when it comes to the Knicks, man. Oh, my God.
We're not going to talk about he's a trader, and he doesn't have, like, his knees are gone. He ain't even been in the league that long, and his knees are done. He cannot lead a team. We already witnessed this with the Knicks.
Okay, so you got Luka as the MVP. Mumbles, who did you say you project to be the MVP this year?
KD.
You got KD. And I'm just being biased, but of course, I'm going with LeBron. I'm going with LeBron to be the MVP this year. What about Rookie of the Year? You got Anthony Edwards over LaMelo.
See me with LaMelo. I feel like LaMelo good, but he's gonna be hyped because you know who his father is, so they're gonna like overanalyze everything he does. Like the minute he has like a 12 assist game, he's gonna be all over ESPN. Like LaMelo had 12 assists in the NBA. Anthony Edwards is gonna have a better stat line.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I really don't think LaMelo is going to really push that. Edwards or
Wiseman is going to get a lot of bump in Golden State. He's going to get a lot of time in Golden State. I'll say that.
I was in that's what's going to get him his push, is that he's going to have the opportunity. Mm-hmm. He'll have the time, the thing. He just has to produce.
Got you. What about Coach of the Year? I had Steve Nash if everything seemed to go well. Shooter, you had Steve Nash as well, projected to be Coach of the Year. What about you, Mumbles?
They love Steve Nash, so if there's any way they can give him that title, they're going to give him that title. They love giving Steve Nash awards.
Now, J.O. got Ty Lue, and I started to put Ty Lue down as my candidate, but I took it back because I didn't think that Ty Lue, even if the Clippers was the number one seed, people would probably say it still was Doc Rip, just the same team from last year. What did Ty Lue do? Like, I don't know how Ty Lue could get the Coach of the Year in LA this year.
I think that team is going to fall apart.
I'm not sold on the Clippers. I told Mumbles at the start of the show, after watching them in Denver and after watching them allowing the Lakers to get back into last night's game, it's proven to me that those guys don't have that consistent clutch gene. Like Paul George, he was explosive in the second half, but they should have not allowed the Lakers to come back last night. I'm going to keep it real.
No, Kawhi Leonard has the clutch gene, but you know what it is? Kawhi Leonard is letting the wrong people speak for him, and he's starting to. You see his like behavior. He's starting to get a little bit ahead of himself, because when he was with the Spurs in Toronto, he was wild, humble, and he was just a assassin on the court. Now he's starting to let being in Hollywood get to him, so he getting a little bit like a little Hollywood.
Yeah.
Put him on another team, and you're gonna see the real Kawhi Leonard. That team gonna fall apart.
And then he's gonna leave. He already said that he's not signing the player option.
Right. Did you expect him to leave, y'all mumbles?
Did I expect? No, because when the trade happened, I said the only way we can keep Kawhi is if we win the championship.
Okay.
We won the championship, and you still left.
Right. And not only that, y'all gave him the keys to the country. Like, he had everything.
Oh my! I will let you know. Like, if Kawhi stayed, like Kawhi had power. Kawhi could have walked around Toronto and just picked a random woman. If she was married, the husband would have been okay. You're Kawhi. Like, there was nothing he could have walked. He would have ran the city. It would have been him and Drake running the city.
Wow.
First off, that don't sound too appealing because nobody in America really wants to run the city with Drake. Nobody.
Yo, it's a lot of pretty women out there, man. You know they be getting it in, man.
You got to think about it this. Compare Toronto to L.A. I'm going to L.A. Going to L.A.
But I knew it would be hard to keep him, but I'm like, I was like, okay, we just won the championship and our team is still intact. So I knew if he stayed, like we could have squeezed through and had our own little Toronto like dynasty. Like that. So I was like, oh my gosh, we won and stuff. But
see, this is what I mean. This is what I mean with you Raptor fans. The Raptor fans are getting out here. Y'all didn't even have a dynasty with a young T-Mac and Vince Carter. Y'all was not having no dynasty with Kawhi Leonard.
When I said a little dynasty, I mean we could have won again if he stayed. That's if you win more than once nowadays, it's a big deal, especially for Toronto.
And they looked well, even when without Kawhi.
Yeah,
that really surprised me.
I don't think Pascal. Hopefully, he's up. I don't think last year Pascal was ready to run it. He's amazing when Kawhi was the number one, and he shocked everybody better than he expected. Then last year, everybody knew how good he was.
Right.
So they were prepared, and he wasn't prepared to overcome that yet.
Did Kawhi go to the wrong LA team?
No.
So he made the right move, going to the Clippers.
Yeah. Because, you want to know why? If he would have went with LeBron, right?
Right.
Everything in his legacy would have got tailed to LeBron. Like, oh, my God, LeBron took Kawhi to the next level. LeBron got Kawhi looking. And it's like, yo, bro, stop disrespecting me, putting my name against his. Like, I'm my own man. Like, if we really look at it, right?
Right.
LeBron always goes to teams and gets people that are dogs traded to the team, and it makes LeBron look good. Because we know the Finals MVP last year was supposed to be Anthony Davis.
Or Rajon played a big, huge, gritty role in the Finals. Rondo was real big too. But I like that. I disagree. LeBron was the MVP, but we could have the argument. I will say that. Why you hate LeBron so much, Shooter? Yo, you just.
Why do I hate LeBron? That's going to be a lengthy conversation because it don't have nothing to do with him on the court. I feel like he's a coward as a man. Like I don't respect him as a man.
We're gonna have to have this conversation, man, because the I Promise School, Space Jams. He's never been arrested. He's never been in the news for any crime. Like, what's wrong with LeBron off the court?
I'm gonna tell you like briefly why I don't respect him as a man. All right, think about it this way. You go to LA, you make your number 23, right? Kobe was 24. Like, why do you care so much about being tagged against the next man's legacy, bro? You look like a nut hugger, bro. That looks mad pathetic. Yo, I'm gonna go to the Lakers so my name could be with Kobe.
He's better than Kobe, though. Why would he need to have his name attached
What?
to Kobe? He's better than Kobe. What are you talking
He's
about?
better than who?
Kobe Bryant.
Yeah,
Not Kobe Bryant that wore 8 and 24. Oh, no.
Wait a minute. Y'all gonna sit here and tell me right now, live on air, the best of 7, that Kobe Bryant, number 8 or number 24, is better than LeBron James?
Yeah.
he is not. He is not. LeBron has too many. The only thing that Kobe has over LeBron, and it's both Kobe and Jordan have it, and it's literally what LeBron is missing, is that they have that killer instinct. They have that killer instinct that, oh my gosh, put the game on my back. Let's go. LeBron doesn't have that.
But you know what, Mumbles, and I've heard that over the years. I don't understand why killer instinct has to be defined by the person who wants to shoot the ball.
It doesn't. No.
But it seems like it. It seems like it does, because shooter, we done seen plenty of times where LeBron seems to have played hard, make the right play, and at the end of the play, he'll kick it to Kyle Kuzma or he'll kick it to Kevin Love. And if they miss the shot, they'll blame it on LeBron on, why didn't you shoot it? Why didn't you take it to the basket? You had a mismatch. But yet we passed it to a wide open person, but that's the wrong play. But it just
all right. Wait. It's not the fact that he doesn't shoot in clutch moments. It's the fact that he defers in clutch moments. All right, if you're not going to shoot the ball in a clutch moment, LeBron, don't even touch the ball. Don't touch the ball. He'll wait till he got like the best chance to like win the game, and then at the last second throw it away because he can't handle the pressure of it being on him.
I want to argue that so bad, but it's hard to, because in the playoffs last year when AD hit that shot versus Denver, I think, the 3, at the buzzer in the playoffs, Rondo inbounds that pass. It was originally for LeBron, but LeBron didn't go to the ball, so LeBron never even touched the basketball that play. And
that's why killer instinct matters. You are LeBron James, the GOAT. You are this magnificent person that everybody thinks is the next heir to Jordan, right? But when the game is on the line, you're like, man, I traded for these people. They got to do what they got to do. What? I don't even trust him because he doesn't even know his hairline is leaving. Like, I can't trust people who don't know their hairline is not real right.
He treats everybody, and it sounds good, like we're all equal, we're all a team, we're going to do it together. But that's not how, you don't get paid that way. You get paid your rate because you're LeBron. Like I remember a game of Jordan, what's it called? And they were down by like 10 points or something. Mm-hmm. And Jordan literally told everybody, just give me the ball. I'm not losing this game. And that's the game where he yelled at Pippen for shooting the ball. Pippen scored a 3. And on the way back, Jordan is yelling at him. I said, I thought I told you to give me the ball.
Right.
He didn't trust anybody with the ball. They won.
It did. Y'all not even bringing up the fact that when Kobe scored 81, they was losing to the Raptors. He not only won the game, he made sure it was impactful.
But that was a regular season game. Let's talk playoffs when they count the most. Let's go back to Chicago and Miami. Let's go to Chicago and Miami was it Chicago? I think it was Miami when LeBron went where David Blatch was trying to get somebody else from Cleveland to shoot the basketball to end the game, and LeBron said, "Hell no, I'm taking the last shot," and hit that 3 at the buzzer in 2015 against the Bulls. Like, LeBron got that clutch gene too. I don't understand. If shooter, explain this to me. Explain this to me, because you said this. I'm just confused. You said he deferred. It's not that he doesn't shoot. It's that he defers. But if the person is wide open, how do you get a better shot than that?
You want to know why? Now look at it like this, right? LeBron is like 6'10". He's damn near 300 pounds. Right. If you know it's a bad shot, force the contact, and you could just go through the free throw line. You know they're going to call it. A
70% free throw shooter. Keep that in mind. Because that's another thing y'all get on LeBron about, his free throw shooting.
If he's so great and he's so clutch, make it when it counts. If he got a bad shot, right? Let's say LeBron get the ball last 5 seconds, he guarded by 2 people. Force the contact, go to the line and win the game. He's damn near 300 pounds. Ain't nobody built like him.
If we go back to 2017, I think in the finals versus Golden State, I think it was 2017. He had Steph Curry on him, and he was driving. He kicked it out to Korver, and Korver missed the shot. So Mumbles, what's a better shot, Mumbles, to you? Because LeBron is bigger than Steph. LeBron driving on Steph with him on him, possible contact, or a wide open Kyle Korver from 3. What's the best shot?
If it's that's probably a better shot, but the winning and the losing are on, like, they're on your back. Like, winning in whatever team LeBron's on, you win or you lose, you're going to be taking the blame for it. So you might as well take the shot. If you could, like, no one's going to really remember to blame Korver after a couple of, as you see, they'll remember that LeBron passed it, not that the Korver missed it. So if you know the game is on your back, do you really not want the ball in your hand?
I'm in the live chat. Killer Chef says LeBron isn't wired to be clutch in pressure moments as with Michael or Kobe. It's give me the ball and get the hell out the way. I mean, that's what defines clutch
greatness
to y'all. That's selfishness to me. Who wants to play with?
Yo, clutch behavior defines greatness.
True.
When the whole world is watching you and it's on your back to win or lose, if you take that shot and you take us to the promised land, you are clutch, which equals greatness.
So what's the excuse for LeBron James having more buzzer beaters in the playoffs than both Kobe and Michael Jordan, and LeBron having a better 3-point percentage in the playoffs than Kobe and Jordan?
All those are empty stats if it doesn't happen when it matters.
No, but that's why LeBron needs to do it. Because, put it this way, that last second shot is very it's better to be in LeBron's hand than it was in Kobe's hands. Because LeBron's going to hit the shot, but he passes it a lot more than what he needs to. He trusts his players too much. If I'm going to be paying you that much money, if you're going to be the man, you get the movie roles. No one's offering Kyle Korver a movie role.
But if Kyle Korver hits the shot, because when Kevin Love hit the shot, no one really talked down on LeBron. When Kyle Korver missed the shot, it was LeBron. Why didn't you take it? You had a mismatch on Steph, and you was making buckets all night.
All right, look. I'm gonna use your own stats against you and show you why he's a coward, right?
Okay.
So you said he has a higher 3-point percentage and more buzzer beaters in the playoffs than Kobe and LeBron, right?
And
but
Jordan.
Right. But Kobe and Jordan, my bad. But when it matters the most and you're on that final stage, you defer. If you're better equipped at these moments than these greats, why not show me why your stats are better than them? This is why I say people count these empty stats.
Let's go back because you talked about LeBron. It works if LeBron don't touch the basketball. Remember the championship? What was it? The third championship for the Bulls. Jordan, when Paxson hit the shot, Jordan wasn't in that equation at all when Grant passed the ball to Paxson. Jordan wasn't in there. When Steve Kerr hit the 3. Jordan wasn't a part of that. He said on the sidelines on the bench, Steve, you're gonna get the ball. But these niggas had help. When Kobe won his first 3 championships in LA, Shaq was the MVP all three of those finals. So them niggas, I mean,
one or two of those finals.
Wait. So we're not going to sit here and talk about the fact that Kobe won one of his championships with one of the worst teams ever.
Which one?
My man, they had Smush Parker, Sasha Vujacic, DJ and Bangout, Trevor Ariza,
Wait a minute.
Luke Walton.
Who did they play?
What?
Who did they play though? They played
Boston, a big three.
No,
one was the Magic and one was Boston.
Right. The worst one was the Orlando. So they played sorry Orlando, who wasn't even supposed to be there. It was supposed to be Kobe and LeBron in 2009. So LeBron could have beat the shit out of Kobe in the finals.
Wait. So you said sorry Orlando, but Orlando was the team that beat LeBron? Yeah, it wasn't so sorry then. They beat the great one.
But that was terrible. That was terrible. I don't know how Cleveland lost that, you know what I mean? But LeBron didn't have no team then.
You can't say LeBron ain't had no team because Kobe went against that same Magic team and won a ring with DJ and Bangout as the backup center. Who the fuck is that?
I respect that. But you got Pau Gasol. You got Andrew Bynum.
Andrew Bynum was 18. You can't get 18 at that point. Andrew Bynum was 18.
But he was projected like the number 2, number 3 the best big man behind Dwight Howard. That was the talk around that time, was him and Dwight Howard being the best big man.
He was an 18-year-old unproven center, and what he was doing was the first time people were seeing him. He was 18. He was a boy in a man's game. You cannot put great status on him yet.
I just don't feel like we're putting enough respect on LeBron's name. As usual, though, this is what we do here. It seems like so.
I don't respect nobody that paints on their hairline. I just can't do it.
LeBron's the man of. Put it great. Any team right now, you could put LeBron on any team, and the moment he gets on that team, they're a threat to the championship.
Got it.
That's power.
Don't say that. That's a lie. That's a lie. Because when he first got to the Lakers, that team was awful.
Wait a minute. That's a lie. That's a lie. Because before he got hurt, when he came to the Lakers, they was in 4th place.
Got hurt for how long?
They was in 4th place shooter before he got hurt. And before that, the Lakers didn't make the playoffs in like 5 years. So we ain't gonna
wait. So you mean the fake injury when he was like, oh man, my groin. Oh, you mean, oh, my groin. That, he wasn't injured. He knew that team couldn't handle the wherewithal of the whole season. They was in 4th right there. They was going to be in 10th later on. So he's like, oh, my groin, bro.
Yeah, that's the most disrespectful shit. We are out of here, man. This is the best of 7 Sports Talk. Salute to y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. We about to get up out of here. Salute to my brother, the shooter. Salute to my brother, Mr. Mumbles, man. We definitely going to be back at you guys again tomorrow, recapping some action in the NBA. You guys stay safe. The holidays is coming. So y'all already know the vibes, man. We about to get up out of here. Y'all stay safe. Mumbles, let everybody know where they can follow you at, Mumbles, before we get out of here.
All right. Twitter, Kings Court ENT. Instagram, Mumbles905. And just search for me on YouTube at Dat Kings. So that's DATKINGSHH. And you'll see some of my blogs and some of my stuff that I'm going to be doing.
Already know. Shooter, you already know the vibes, my bro. I appreciate you and that insight, man. You already know the vibes.
Oh, gotcha. That was good.
Word. All right, fellas. Y'all stay safe, and we definitely going to get at you guys. Me and Mumbles will get back at y'all tomorrow here on the Best of 7, 9 o'clock.